Hi, I'm Monica Young, broker of Just Global. Effective August 17, 2024, a buyer representation and broker compensation agreement has to be signed between the buyer and the broker before the buyer's process in, helping to find property. So today I'm going to share with you about the details. So first of all, we highlight that the date prepared for this agreement and the buyer's name, the company name, and the representation period have to be within 3 months. So like beginning August 1st of this year, like we put up to October 30th. So no more than 3 months. And even if like it is a corporation, trust, or LLC, pretty much you have a timeline. And type of representation, being that the broker will provide consultation and a lot of legwork to show properties. So we do hope to have an exclusive arrangement. And regarding property type, the standard is single family residential. However, if the buyer also interested in the multifamily residential with 2 to 4 unit or even 5+ unit, we can check the box. Location, so the county, say if we put here, say Santa Clara, San Mateo, but in other places, maybe Alameda. So it really depends on where the buyer want to find property. Additional buyer preference. So there is the form that you can fill out as buyer about, say, the timeline, the budget, and all this. But of course, you could also tell the broker about your preferences. And the property identified as excluded. Say if the buyer have worked with other agent before, and there are some properties that need to be excluded, that can be filled out in this form. So compensation. Basically, the amount of compensation is not fixed by law. So it's a negotiable item. So E1, it talks about, say, 2.5%, or it can be a fixed fee. But bear in mind, say, if the seller is very motivated, if they want to pay the buyer's agent as well, say if they are willing to pay 2.5%. So whatever is paid by the seller or the seller agent, it could be credited, to the buyer agent. So say if you put 2.5%, if the seller would pay 1%, basically the buyer pay 1.5. So this is decided and negotiated between the buyer and the broker agent. And so say after 3 months, the buyer still cannot find the property. Say want to take a break or wait till the next season. So the continuous period implies that there's a 30-day, a calendar day that we request to have, say, cover the transition period. Cancellation. So for an exclusive arrangement, it need a 30 days written notice, but non-exclusive, of course, can be canceled anytime. And so time to deliver personal information within 5 days, that the broker would request the buyer to provide a proof of funds, a pre-approval letter, etc. Other financial consideration, if the buyer does not have funds to pay the broker, if you check the box, you could also write it in the loan. So just give you an idea. This particular agreement contains 13 pages as a bundle. So it does have all this advisory. So like the terms that have been described above, it would be elaborated here in the following pages, like non-exclusive, what does it mean? Exclusive, what does it mean? And also time of compensation, when those compensation will be paid, usually would be at the close of escrow. And also other such as like cancellation, we talk about, like it has to be in written. And also there might be an exclusive list that the broker will provide. And agency relationship, that means like, say, the disclosure regarding the broker will be representing the buyer. And also like the buyer broker's authorization and obligation. So what has to be included as the responsibility. And the buyer also have this obligation to the buyer, broker, and agent. So this gives you all the details about it. And being that this is a legal document, so if there's any conflict or dispute, then it has to be mediated first, go through a mediation procedure before it goes to a litigation process. And number 15, it has been highlighted. What is an exclusive representation? So what does it mean? Like by entering into exclusive representation, the buyer have agreed not to work for multiple broker, but exclusively with a buyer's broker. And also, what is the cancellation clause? So this is highlighted. Again, it is reiterated about compensation. So in 16, also confirm again compensation of it. And regarding entity buyer, so if the buyer is an LLC or an corporation, so there would be a representative capacity signature disclosure sign. So auditors have to sign an initial throughout the document. And additional information about a buyer investigation advisory, is a pretty standard disclosure that when you are buying, then you have to watch out for this. And buyer compensation advisory, what is required, and also all the details about it. So basically, we are very ready to meet with you and explain to you or do a Zoom meeting to explain to you all the details about this agreement. So hopefully, we would be able to help you to locate your property. Thank you for listening.